Welcome to the PFP podcast from the Personal Finance Society, a place of thought-provoking discussion from the world of financial planning and beyond. I'm Ariane Shepherd, PR Executive for the Personal Finance Society. This episode of the podcast is a selection of short interviews from this year's PFS National Conference, which was held at the Excel in London on the 13th of November. We spoke with some of the speakers, delegates, and PFS board members about their highlights from the day. Jeff, so you've just come off stage from delivering your keynote session here at the PFS conference. It seemed to go down very well with the crowd, lots of excited members of the audience, all about delivering a celebrity service to customers and clients. Obviously a very important part of personal finance. But one thing that we do want to know is who is your ultimate celebrity that you have in mind when you think about giving celebrity service?
Oh, nobody ever asks me that question. Look, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan.
Hi.
It would possibly be Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
I once a real sad thing. So I was on a beach in Cornwall with the kids, and I made his homestead thing. People who watch the movie will know what that is. Right. And I took a photograph of it and I tweeted it out and I copied him in. He liked the tweet. I almost freaked out.
Stop.
I still got it to this day. That tweet. It's
That's
the greatest
amazing.
one ever.
I love that.
He liked my tweet.
I would be starstruck.
So that would possibly be, possibly maybe is the main one. Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Well, at least now you have the answer prepared if anyone ever asks you again. So what would you say are some key takeaways for delivering a celebrity service for anyone who hasn't been able to join the conference today, who might be watching from home?
I asked the question, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1's abysmal, but 10's incredible, what number are you today? And the vast majority of the audience were 7s. There's a few 8s, but 7s. And what people say to me is, Jeff, we're pretty good, but there's room for improvement. Where does that improvement come from? And the philosophy, my books that I've wrote, the talks that I deliver, the philosophy is all about celebrity service. And it's a case of changing our mindset to thinking, if our next client were an A-list, our Mark Hamill or Brad Pitt or Margot Robbie, if that ultimate superstar celebrity was your favorite, how would you respond on the call? What would you email? What would you send them? What would you do? Would your smile would be different? Your shoes would be shinier. Your suit would be pristine. Everything about the little touches would be slightly improved. And so a wonderful conference, absolutely stunning conference here about minding the gap. And I talk about the gap in celebrity service. We're delivering a 7, but if you deliver celebrity service, it goes up to an 8, literally, by the time I've come off stage.
Yeah.
So we spoke about today about independence, standing out from other advisors, going down the same old route, doing the same old products, having the same old fees, but service experience is the things that make us stand out as individuals, as business owners. So we talked about independence. I also talked about responding in a greater personalized way. So I talked about using video rather than just the typed word.
Yeah.
And lastly, just the idea about engagement. Pure client engagement is finding out piece of information about that potential client and at some point giving it back to them in that client journey. And obviously one of my favorite stories was the Hamleys story about my proposals and how my proposals changed to have over a 60% increased sales success rate. So yes, love delivering stories, love delivering ideas. The response from the audience was just wonderful.
It was.
And if everybody here can just go and think, what would I do? What would I say? What would I create? And we create just one idea. It's been worth your time coming to the PFS conference.
Absolutely. No, it was an incredible session. You made some really, really valuable points. And is there anyone that you're particularly excited to see today here at the conference?
My clients.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, meeting up with Craig again from Penguin is wonderful. It's the one thing they don't tell you in business school or university, when you go into that big bad world of business. They don't tell you about that. The people that you meet along the way can become friends.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about that, do they? It's always like business, transactional. Speakers are fab, but it's lovely to bump into. I just saw Katie as well. We've worked together at a conference a few years ago. So just to see a couple of people that I've recognized, clients of mine, it's lovely.
Absolutely. It's such a good opportunity for networking. Oh. Yeah, over 2,000 people registered to attend today, so it's the biggest.
The room was full.
Yeah.
I think a few people were stood at the back.
Yeah.
So it was brilliant.
It was great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
For speaking to us. It was a great session, and it was really great to meet you and great to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, so I'm here with Cameron Smith. Cameron is a finance content creator and he is joining us here today at the PFS conference. Cameron, what has been some of your key takeaways today? What have you found it to be like so far?
Well, there's a lot of people here, so it's a lot of opportunities to network and meet people and learn from them and see what's working and what's not in their businesses. So I'm not a financial planner or advisor, so looking from the outside in is quite interesting to see how these industries work behind the scenes. Just came out of a talk about AI and how that's impacting the industry. I think AI is really interesting. So from my perspective, the way AI is being used is more consumers are using it to answer questions that they may have that may not be fit for a financial advisor. But still, I do think it needs to be integrated more with financial advice so people aren't using it irresponsibly or, perhaps getting the wrong kind of advice from AI that's generative and not specialist. So yeah, interesting day.
Yeah. And you're going to be starting the Pathway to the Profession RO5 module very shortly. What do you think of this as kind of an introduction into the world of becoming qualified and that side of things, coming from a sort of the content creation side, first of all, and moving over slightly to this side of things?
So I think the reason why I'm doing the qualification in the first place is just to qualify the knowledge that I have. I've got a lot of self-taught knowledge, nothing that's actually qualified. My background's actually tech. So kind of relevant when it comes to AI stuff, but less so with the actual financial advice and planning. So by doing the qualification and meeting people that are actually practicing that qualification, going chartered even, it's showing me what that pathway to the profession actually could lead to. Whether or not I end up becoming a financial planner or advisor one day, that's open. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying being involved in everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. It was great to have you here.
Thank you for
Cameron.
having me. Thank you.
Hi, so I'm now here with Ian Dempsey, who has just come back from doing a panel session on AI. Ian, thank you so much for joining us here today. So for anyone who wasn't able to be here, what are some of the kind of key takeaways that you would like anyone at home to know?
I think it's just the prevalence and the importance of what AI can do in our space. It was a really in-depth conversation from a risk perspective, from a business perspective, from a much higher network perspective, and the impact that AI can have. Like certainly for me and my business, it's been transformational. And working in the creator space, it's also made my content creation process incredibly efficient as well. It's been a big game changer. One of the key things was actually it's freed up so much time for me. Is there a risk of work inflation? So you end up working longer because you've got more time. And certainly I've experienced that. But I've also had the flip side of that and been able to spend more time with the kids, take the dogs out for a walk, cook dinner on an evening. It's one extreme to the other, though, if I'm being honest with you. It's either work inflation, working late because I can get loads done, or I'm just shattered by 5 o'clock because I've done so much during the normal working day.
These are the dangers. And so what do you think is kind of the importance of having these in-person events? We don't get loads of in-person time nowadays. What do you think is the importance of kind of everyone coming together for these networking sessions and having that time?
I think it's exactly that because we're so used to being behind a computer screen and everything's virtual. Like 95% of my clients I deal with are virtual. So these in-person events are great. The big thing I get from these is the thinking time on the way here, the processing time on the way back home as well. There's some great conversations, some great providers here. These are incredibly valuable events. I wish more people would come to them because it genuinely gets me out the office for a day and you get a fresh perspective on a lot of different things. What I also find is there's a lot of forward-thinking advisors at these events I can have conversations with that can potentially have a big impact on how I run my business.
That's great. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom and the amazing session that you just delivered. Thanks, Ian. Thanks. Hi, so I'm now here with Stephen, who's one of our PFS members. Stephen, hi, where have you come from today?
I've come from Aylesbury, so not too far a journey.
Okay, that's great. That's great. How are you finding it? What are your highlights so far?
It's been good. It's been really good. A good morning so far. Jeff is lively, to say the least, but he's given us some good tips to take on board. If you're ready to do some video content, then it's actually something quite useful to just be able to interact with clients and give them something a little bit different. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And why do you think it's kind of important to come to these kinds of things? Obviously, maybe some people have chosen not to come. Maybe they're not so sure about the in-person events. Why is it that you've decided to come today?
It's twofold, really. Get a bit of an update as to what's going on in the wider world outside of our small little hub that we work in individually, each of us. The other aspect is actually just networking with other advisors, finding out what they're doing and actually being able to see, right, how are their business models evolving over time? It's ideas. It's really picking up ideas from your peers and picking up ideas from others in the industry as well.
That's great. Thank you so much, Stephen. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming here today.
Thank you.
Hi, so I'm now here with Siobhan and Emily.
Hiya.
Hi, both. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you're finding the day so far?
So I'm Emily. I work for Royal London in the graduate scheme. My name is Siobhan, and I also work in a graduate scheme with Royal London. And yeah, I'm personally having a great day. It's been really, really interesting and sort of got to explore lots and find out loads of new information, which has been brilliant. Yeah, I've been able to go around all the different stalls, which has been really nice. Help out in our own stall as well, and attend one of the speakers. I think it was Alana Miller who did one around financial planning. So that was really interesting. But yeah.
Amazing. And is there anything else that you're looking forward to?
I'm personally really looking forward to the keynote later with Lucy Bronze and Beth Mead. I think that'll be fabulous. Sort of a great opportunity to kind of hear about their perspective and like the importance they find in financial planning.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to exploring all the other talks and I guess learning a bit more, talking to different people as well. So yeah.
Is this your first sort of financial planning conference that you've been to, or have you been to many others?
Yeah, this is our first one. So been to a couple of different conferences for other things, especially like as a student. But this has been brilliant and kind of getting to know the industry a bit better, and definitely in terms of getting to know more people and widen your network. I think that's been brilliant.
Yeah, this is also my first one as well. Also, like Emily, I've been to a couple of different conferences, but this is the first one that's around financial planning. And it's definitely been really interesting. Got to speak to a lot of advisors, also got to speak to some students who are hoping to become financial planners in the future. So it's all really exciting, yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, it's lovely to have you both here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
No problem.
Thank you so for having us. Thank you.
Okay, so we are with the president of the PFS, Carla Brown. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a great day so far.
It's been such a good day. It feels like it's gone so well. How has it been from your perspective?
It's been busy, it's been full on, but the feedback that we've had from members that I've spoken to so far has been overwhelmingly positive. So I think everyone's had a really good day, which is great. That's our aim.
Absolutely. There's been some great keynote sessions.
Yeah.
And have been any standouts for you so far?
I think Jeff Ram is always brilliant. You know, celebrity service, it's what we're all about. And I think he gave some real actionable takeaways today.
Yeah. And it's great. We have so many people. I mean, it's over 2,000 registered to be here today, the largest UK financial planning event of the year. It's incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, the team have worked really hard to publicise it and to make sure people know about it. It's obviously paid off with the number of people that we've had turn up today, which is just brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. And we've got the session with the Lionesses coming up shortly. Are you excited for that one?
Very excited. I am a big female football fan. Yeah. So, really looking forward to chatting to them and finding out about, what drives them, what makes them tick, how they've overcome, adversity, what the challenges are. And hopefully there should be some really good takeaways for the audience as well, because, we have lots of gaps in our profession, as we know. Footballers have to overcome gaps all the time. So yeah, it should be good value.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited for that one. Everyone I've spoken to today, I think everyone's staying till the end.
Yeah, good.
And how about next year? Is there anything you can tell us about the 2026 PFS National Conference?
So we haven't released any details as yet. It's still in planning phases. But what I can tell you is it's in Birmingham. It's a 2-day event. It's the Festival of Financial Planning. We're bringing that back. And that's always a really good event. It's exhausting because it's 2 days, but really good fun. So yeah, I would recommend that people register for that as soon as we announce the details.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you so much for making time for us, Carla. It's great to see you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. So we are here with Eddie Grant, PFS board member. How are you today?
Very good.
It's been going very well so far. Any highlights for you?
It's been fantastic. The day, it's been really good. It's been real buzz in the room. I chaired earlier on the new entrance session, which was really, really, really positive. Very exciting.
Yeah. And what would you say were some of the key takeaways from that session for anyone who wasn't able to make it here today?
Well, apart from the gold medals that Ollie Hind brought, he's a Paralympian, but we also delved into how the profession can help the new entrants. So one of our challenges has been that we're finding 500 new people to join the profession, but we need the profession to offer those roles for them. So the session was all about what is it we need the profession to do? What sort of support and help does a new entrant really need?
Yeah, that session was great. And was there any of the other sessions that you saw that you've managed to catch today? Were there any kind of key highlights from any of those?
Yes, so we had Jay first thing this morning, and she talked about a niche in terms of the medical profession that she looks at. And then once again, there's loads of hints and tips. And I think one of the big thing for everyone who comes to this conference is to walk away with one or two things which they're going to actually action. Otherwise, you end up with loads of great notes, but you actually don't do anything with them.
And there's a real energy. It feels like everyone's really appreciating the opportunity to kind of come together and network and, have so many people from across the country gather here today. So it feels like it's been a really positive day for everyone, which has been great.
Yes, and yesterday we had the officers conference as well. So all of the volunteers that are supporting our 26 regions, we had an absolutely brilliant conference, loads of energy, loads of ideas that we can take away as a board to actually implement to make it easier for our regional network.
Yeah, sounds great. And I think everyone's looking forward to the Lioness session later on this afternoon. Will you be there for that one?
Absolutely, yes. So I'm an Arsenal supporter. I've been to some of the women's football as well. I'm not as regular at the women's football as Carla is. But it's really exciting. I was when they played at Wembley. I was at the final, and it was fantastic to be there. But it was amazing. There were so many people who had been to a football match for the first time, and they see England women win the European game, and you feel like saying to them, it can't get better from there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the Lionesses later.
Oh, yeah. I think we all are. And thank you so much for making time for us, Eddie. It's great to see you today. Hi, so I'm here with Craig Palfrey, PFS board member. Hello, how are you today?
It's been stressful. It's been long. We're nearly there. Yeah. But enjoyable as well.
Yeah. The end is in sight. What have your highlights been so far from the day?
I've been on the main stage, having lots of people come up and say I was doing a good job, which, you want. And I haven't fallen over. I had visions last night I was going to fall over.
Well done, because that would be my fear as well. You've done an amazing job of hosting. What are your kind of key takeaways, would you say, for anyone who hasn't been able to make it here today?
Jeff Ram was amazing. I don't know if we videoed it and we can share afterwards, but if you haven't read his book, get Celebrity Service. But Jeff, I think he could have carried on for another 3 hours and no one would have moaned, no one would have got up. He was brilliant. FCA were fabulous. The regulator, you expect a dragon to walk in the room breathing fire, but not at all. She was lovely, human, and gave us a lot of information.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, the biggest financial planning event of the year for the UK, PFS National Conference.
Was there over 2,000 in the end?
Yeah, so I think we had around 1,600 registered at 10 a.m. So yeah, it looks like we're heading towards that 2,000 mark. A lot of energy in the building. Feels like everyone's having a great day. Have you managed to kind of speak to many people? How are you finding it?
Yeah, so a couple of people come and said, thank you for introducing your friend, Jeff Ram. I was keen to point out he's not my friend. I just seen him speak and I put him forward and he was brilliant. But yeah, a lot of people saying it's completely different to what they've been to before. Someone said to me it's the best one they've ever been to. So let's hope we can build on that for next year's 2-day conference next year, I believe.
Yep, Carla just gave us a sneak preview of that one. And I think we're all looking forward to the Lioness session with Carla at 4:00. Will you be there for that one?
Absolutely. I'm hoping to get a message from my little nieces so I can be the best uncle in the world, but we shall see.
Fingers crossed for that one.
Absolutely. Well.
Thanks, Craig. Lovely to speak to you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the PFP podcast. You can find useful links in the show notes and related articles on the Personal Finance Professional website, along with further podcasts. Please like, review, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.